Alright guys, what is up? Got two packages to open. I gotta admit, I was kind of torn on what order to do these in, because usually I save like whatever's gonna end up being the most, I'm gonna use the word intricate, as far as the contents are. That's why I save for last. Sometimes that's going to mean, an album that has kind of more fancier packaging. Sometimes that's going to mean, a package that has multiple albums in it. Well, I have one that has one album that I believe has kind of more fancy packaging. I have one that has multiple albums and a few other odd bits in it, so I was kind of torn. As I usually do in these sorts of situations, I use a coin toss this side. So I'm starting with this package here. It's from MewithoutYou. This is an album that I pre-ordered at the beginning of the year. It took a pretty good long time to get here, even as far as pre-orders go. But for those who don't know, MewithoutYou is a band that broke up a few years ago, but they're continuing to put out live albums. I believe they have a series of 3 live albums planned. So getting into it, looks like they threw in a Pale Horse sticker. This is their second to last album. Even though there's a brand new vinyl, they did ship the vinyls themselves outside of the packaging, which is always a nice detail. Just helps you know that it's going to arrive safely, but that is the packaging. So if you're not familiar with MewithoutYou in terms of artwork, all of their album artworks were done by the artist Vasily Kafanoff. I actually follow him on Instagram. I mean, he's in general one of my favorite artists. I love his artwork. Usually it's like more traditional hand-painted art. In the case of this one, it's actually a photo image of a sculpture that he did. So kind of changed it up a little bit different there. Gatefold with more sculpture. I believe it's actually all just one sculpture. But got credits. That has a mysterious sticker that says, "Please only remove the sticker after listening to the entire performance." That's an interesting detail there. I'm tempted to peel it off right now just to kind of show you what it is, but I don't know. I feel like that's somehow going to take away from my first experience, so I'm not going to do that actually. But yeah, got some printed inner sleeves, cool cutout going on for that, so that's pretty cool. My cat's going wild. I just had my maintenance guy here putting a refrigerator in, and I had to lock him up for that. Always likes to meet visitors, and he gets upset when he doesn't get to, so he has a lot of pent-up energy to burn off, so he may make an appearance or he may just make a lot of noise. We'll see. I'm not gonna worry. Okay, it's sort of going back in. In addition to that, we have an envelope. Please do not open until after listening to the entire performance. Jesus Christ, so that's another thing I can't show y'all, so that's nice. The vinyl itself, somewhere on here there's going to be an A and a B and a C and a D. Okay, side A, so there it is right now. There are a few color options. I can't really remember what, but either way, this is the one that I ended up going with. Fisheye colored vinyl is what they called it. And of course, it's more or less the same, but I'll show you the other one just for the hell of it. And yeah, that was the noise my cat just made. Alright, so, where's my scissors? So, story behind this one. So this is from the Phantom A.D. he did a live show at a venue called Johnny Mac's maybe about a month ago. I was not at that show, but there's a band in my area called Future Hate. I did an unboxing for some of their stuff. They saw my video, and I believe some of their members are involved in putting on the show, so they invited me to it, offered to put me on the guest list. Unfortunately, my work schedule was already conflicting with it, so I wasn't able to make it. I ended up checking out his music, though. I dig it. It's kind of old school bluesy rock and roll type stuff with lyrics that are inspired by a lot of classic horror movies, particularly like the Universal monster movies, which I love. And yeah, I ordered some merch. So if you go to his merch store and you add his most recent album to your cart, it's going to offer to add like his previous album at a discount, and it's going to offer you some other cool things to add to it at discount prices. So yeah, I kind of fell into it. I ended up just kind of keep on doing it, mainly just to kind of see what the end bargain was going to be. And then I was kind of expecting to pay an arm and a leg for shipping, and it ended up being free shipping. So I can't remember how much I paid for all of this stuff, but I felt pretty happy with the price I paid either way. But we got a little button here, Phantom A.D. Ghoulish Rock and Roll, kind of not showing up too well between the glare and shitty focus of my camera. I keep on saying I'm going to get a better camera. It's going to happen one of these days. I've got a nice cutout message. I'm not going to bother reading that out loud. I've never been good at reading out loud stuff for some reason, but it's basically just a thank you, follow on social media, that sort of stuff. Try to pull out the smaller bits. Yeah, there's a sticker. Same design as the button, so this shows up a little bit better than the button, so that's always cool. So I'm going to start off with the first album, Terrifying Return of Isaac Rother and the Phantoms. I think that's kind of a older, retired band name. It was used. I describe this music as being sort of like The Doors meets Danzig, something like that. But yeah. It is on yellow vinyl. It's kind of sticking to the sleeve really hard. I'm not going to even bother pulling the rest of it out. I mean, you see all that you really need to see, but damn, this thing is sticking to that sleeve. It's a bit of a tighter sleeve than your standard vinyl. Yeah, one of the things that it was offering to add to it were these signed lyric zines. I've seen one band do something like this before. I thought it was pretty cool thing to do. Yeah, cool artwork inside of it as well. So yeah, that's cool. If you know me well, you might know that I kind of like to get extra bits just kind of slip into my vinyl packaging that don't necessarily come with the original packaging, but I feel like they go well. In the days of concert ticket stubs, I miss those things, but I like to slip those into my vinyl. I got VIP passes and other cool things, posters, things that may have not been meant to be part of the packaging, but I feel like they should be part of the packaging. So that's just kind of a weird, cool thing that I like to do personally. Yeah, this second album is called Ghoulish Rock and Roll. This one is on green vinyl, clear green vinyl. That came out a lot better from that sleeve than that previous one. And once again, I also got the signed lyric book. I don't know if I really focus on the signature too well, but you can kind of see it right there. It does kind of blend a little bit with it being all black and white. So I mean, if you're just looking at a glance, it might be a bit subtle, but it is there. Once again, lots of cool artwork along with the lyrics. I don't know if you heard that, but my cat just made his infamous meow that he makes when he's running after something. Likes to make a cute little noise when he does that. Yeah, that is all that I got for today. I should have another album in tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, for those who are watching on Instagram, I'm hosting a Friday music challenge. If you're not familiar with that account, I mean, it's just kind of like, you know, every week got a theme. It's hosted by some random vinyl collector on Instagram, and you know, they host a theme, you know, they share your post. And I'm this week's host, so if you got any music that features like collaborations, guest spots, duets, that type of thing, that is the theme that I'm hosting this week, so feel free to share an album that features that sort of thing. Tag me in Friday Music Challenge and we will repost it. So yeah, concerts, have no plans this weekend. I definitely have plans the next 2 weeks after that, so hopefully I'll get some posts from that as well. Yeah, I'll see y'all when that happens.